What's up everyone? Fitness and Philosophy back at you with another little bit of insight into the world of health and fitness, and this time I want to talk about flexibility and stretching. This is probably going to rub some people the wrong way, but the hell with it, here goes. Becoming more flexible in no way guarantees that you're going to be less prone to injury or pain for that matter. And before I go on to explain what I mean by that, I want to quickly say a couple of things about the two typical ways that people try to increase their flexibility. It's usually through static stretching or dynamic stretching, or a combination of both. I know there's other methods and other ways that people try to do flexibility training, but I'm just going to stick to those two for now. The difference between both is static stretching is when you hold a stretch for an extended period of time, 30 to 60 seconds, like I'm doing here with my arm. And dynamic stretching is when you take a muscle or a limb or a group of muscles and you move them through their range of motion or their range of contractile ability. Same stretch, a little bit different. Holding, moving. Static, dynamic. So we know from research, it's been shown that doing static stretching before an exercise can actually increase the likelihood of you being injured, which is not why now we recommend that people do dynamic stretching instead. And personally, I've worked with gymnasts, martial artists, people who've been practicing yoga for years, and they're some of the most flexible people I've ever come across. But they still complain about pain and they still get injured in all the typical spots that you would imagine. Low back, shoulders, neck, you name it. And it might help for you to think about it in a couple of ways. So think about it this way. Before stretching, the likelihood of your injury happening is restricted to that range of motion or range of contractile ability. And let's say it's between here and here. After you stretch and you tell your nervous system to relax and you increase that range of motion or range of contractile ability, you've also increased the range through which injury can take place. And if you're not strong enough to handle the stress in that new range, you're going to get injured. Most likely, you're going to, at best, increase the likelihood of injury. At worst, you're going to get injured. And this is why it's important for you to work on strengthening exercises, specifically isometrics, to ensure that both your muscles and your nervous system can own or handle the stress in that new range. Otherwise, you're really just trying to tie your hair with a frayed hair elastic. It's just not going to hold. I know that joke only works for people who have long hair, but you get the idea. And I want to make it clear that I'm not trying to say that stretching and flexibility training are bad and that you should stop doing it. I myself still do it on a regular basis, but it also helps to understand that it's part of a larger whole and a more holistic approach to health and fitness. That you can't just do it on its own as if it's a panacea for pain, against pain and injury, and think you don't have to do any other work. You still have to make time for it and do the strengthening exercises after it before you actually engage in whatever activity you're trying to do. Think about it. And as usual, like and follow for more great tips on health, fitness, with a dash of philosophy. Peace.